Welcome back. All right, so I want to talk about the Calder Trophy. We're going to start the season in a couple of weeks. I grabbed a list of 8 favorites, and so let's go through and talk about it. Now, I'm going to talk about it because Connor Bedard is clearly the favorite, and it would be a surprise. Not necessarily a huge shock, but a surprise if he doesn't win the Calder Trophy. Keep in mind, Sidney Crosby did not win the Calder Trophy his first year. That went to Alex Ovechkin. And it does feel like we have multiple star players coming into the NHL. So, with Bedard coming in, the number 1 draft pick, of course, this year, huge star player, Chicago, ecstatic to get him. The rest of the league, not happy Chicago got him. Fans, generally, not happy Chicago got him, but that's where he is. 18 years of age, and with Regina last year in the WHL, fantastic totals. In 57 games, 71 goals, 72 assists, 143 points. He is impressed against rookies. We'll see how he does against actual NHL competition as preseason gets going and we get through the games and the teams start getting tougher and tougher to play against. But Bedard should be around a point per game. Again, my over-under with him, I would think 86 points. I think 86 points is where he probably ends up. But it feels like that's a conservative bet. It does. It feels like that's a conservative bet on Bedard. So we'll see. Because Logan Cooley has generated some excitement out of those games in Australia. And there's been some excitement since Arizona signed him. Of course, before Arizona signed him, there was debate about whether or not he'd stay there. You know, the Coyotes with all the upheaval and maybe they're going to move. And nope, he signs there. And he signs there not long after reports were out there that he didn't want to. He was the number 3 draft pick in 2022. 19 years of age. Played at University of Minnesota last year and in 39 games, 22 goals, 38 assists, 60 points. Those are fantastic numbers at the University of Minnesota. One advantage Cooley would have is playing against NCAA opponents while you're playing against men, whereas Bedard's playing juniors, playing against teenagers. So that's one advantage you could see where it might make it a bit easier for Cooley if you want to pretend Bedard isn't this special talent that just gets it and just it clicks. Adam Fantilli, of course, a lot of excitement about him in Columbus, a number 3 pick in 2023. And it's interesting that Leo Carlson is seen as a less likely over Fantilli. Fantilli, a lot of excitement around him right now. 18 years of age and out of University of Michigan. He played 36 games for them last season. 30 goals, 35 assists, 65 points, and is seen as a star. So the top 3 guys on this board, there's very little chance they don't become stars in the National Hockey League. I can't say no chance because we know that there absolutely are instances of top draft picks that don't quite cut it at the NHL level. But in the cases of Bedard, Cooley, and Fantilli, they should be able to make that adjustment relatively quickly. And Fantilli, like Cooley, having played against men. Devin Levi, 4th on the board, and I don't know if I would give Levi great odds. And I say that because I don't know if he's going to play the lion's share of games for Buffalo. We know the defense in Buffalo has been shaky at times, and so that may impact Levi's numbers and may make it harder for him to get that Calder consideration. Now, he was a number 212 pick in 2020 by the Florida Panthers, and that was seen as a steal not long after they drafted him, but of course his rights get traded to Buffalo. He's 21 years of age, played for Northeastern as well as the Sabres last year. Northeastern played 34 games, a record of 17, 12, and 5. 933 save percentage, very good numbers. In Buffalo, he was 5-2 with a 905 save percentage. So he gets that experience at the NHL level. Does that give him an advantage? On some level, yes. He's played in the NHL. He's had that cup of coffee. I think that will make him a little bit more comfortable. So could Levi win it? He could, but I'm not betting on it. Now, Matthew Knies is one of the interesting ones on this board because as a left winger, he is going to get a chance to play with some pretty talented players, right? And he will get every opportunity to score in Toronto as well, a team that we know will pile up the goals in all likelihood. So he was a number 57 pick in 2021. Solid pick by the Toronto Maple Leafs. 20 years of age, played for the University of Minnesota as well as Toronto last season. University of Minnesota played 40 games, 21 goals, 21 assists, 42 points. 1 assist in 3 games for the Leafs. Now with Knies, he's a little bit older, so this isn't his first training camp, obviously. And again, playing in Toronto, he's going to get a chance to get a bunch of points. And then the question becomes one of, okay, so would he get written off as well? He's got 60 points in 65 games. However, look at his line mates. And then, you'd look at Bedard and maybe similar point totals would be seen differently. So Nyes is an interesting one for me. We'll keep an eye on how he does. But I know Leaf fans are excited, and rightfully so. Nyes looks like he's going to fit in no problem this year, and he's in the top 5 for Rookie of the Year. Luke Hughes, 6th. As a defenseman, number 4 pick in 2021. And the one thing to keep in mind with defensemen, their first year in the NHL, usually the scoring isn't that high, and then you're getting into a situation where he may not get the same consideration. Last year we saw that with Jake Sanderson. Jake Sanderson had a very good rookie season. All the numbers were solid. However, he doesn't get as much consideration for Rookie of the Year. So Luke Hughes could have a very good year. If the offensive numbers are in, say, the 30, 35 point range, he won't get as much consideration. Again, when you look at the star players here. He played for University of Michigan as well as New Jersey last season. University of Michigan, his numbers fantastic. 39 games, 10 goals, 38 assists, 48 points. He had a goal and an assist for 2 points in 2 games in New Jersey. So right now, his career points in the NHL, and even one, but his career points per game, and even 1.00. But I don't think it's going to stay that way. Again, defensemen usually come along a little bit slower, especially when you're looking at the offensive side of it. Leo Carlson, 7th on the board. He was the number 2 pick in 2023, 18 years of age, and it really matters. I think the most important question with him is how much ice time is he going to get? The other thing that could work against him is Anaheim has a pretty anemic offense. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him to break through and get the kind of point totals that would get the attention of people voting for the Calder. He played in the Swedish League last year, 44 games, 10 goals, 15 assists, 25 points. Working in Leo's favor as well, playing against men. But it's interesting because you've got Connor Bedard here playing CHL, right? Junior hockey. Then University of Michigan, or University of Minnesota, University of Michigan, Northeastern, University of Michigan, or University of Minnesota, University of Michigan, the Swedish League, and then number 8 on the board, Shane Wright. Now, Shane Wright had a rough first year. He did. But he still qualified as a rookie, right? Number 4 pick in 2022, 19 years of age. In Seattle, played 8 games, recorded a goal and an assist. Coachella Valley, played 8 games, 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points. And, of course, he's not 20, so he would have to go back down to juniors if he didn't make it onto the Seattle roster. And so that's part of the reason, I think, why he would still get consideration for the Calder. He will probably be up with their team. But he looked good in Coachella Valley for that playoff run. Didn't put up a ton of points, but it's not just about the points when you're bringing along a young player, especially somebody kind of flashy like Wright. When he played in Windsor, he was good. 20 games, 15 goals, 22 assists, 37 points. So almost 2 points per game in juniors. And I don't think Shane Wright has anything left to prove there, but will he make it onto the Seattle roster? So to me, I still think it's Bedard's. That's why I'm wearing Chicago. I think Bedard's very likely going to be the Calder winner. But there are some guys on this board that 10 years from now we're going to look back and say, what a great rookie class that was. I really think we will. I think this rookie class is going to be fantastic, and I'm glad I get to cover it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to end up being Rookie of the Year? Who do you think's an outside shot? So I think Coronado still qualifies. I've seen consideration for Peltier. There are various names out there of players who could be in the mix. But let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.